I remembered watching this thing about somebody trying to like weigh a soul by like catching people right before they die and like weighing them before and after. It was, like back in like the 1800s or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it was inconclusive. I think it's like kind of hard to do these experiments because you're like you end up poisoning a lot of people.
Turns out he actually was killing people.
The difference between us is that I can feel pain.
Sounds like a real boogeyman once you said he's coming for you.
Not to mention the fact that you're talking to a dead guy.
There's someone else in the hotel with us. There's a crazy woman in one of the rooms.
It's got a death curse.
This isn't science. It's more like black magic.
Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test proper.
There we go. Now I'm recording both of us.
Oh, hell yeah.
Welcome in, Dawson.
We're fucking here, man.
Co-host Travis Wyrmwood. Got my other co-host, Dawson Trailer. Making one full host together.
Yeah.
At this point, I think we're going to do a more laid-back pod. So, we're going to equal one. It's usually 1.5. And right now, we're just going to equal the one.
Yeah, this is chilling.
Full host.
We're just chilling.
How's it going? We just went to the...
I just worked a long day. And
you just worked 10 hours?
Yeah. Crushed some shells.
I sort of also worked 10 hours in a way.
You did a little different work than I did.
I did some spiritual work.
That's still work, man.
We just to set the table here, we got our classic white kratom drinks, and we had some kava shells at the local kava bar.
Yeah.
Beforehand, just to set up.
Good. Yeah, now we're fucking rip some dabs, hanging out now.
Yeah, It's been a rainy day. It started as a nice, moody rainy day. Then it suddenly became a full blizzard.
It was a full-on fucking blizzard, dude.
And I was like, oh, great. What?
And then now it's just kind of a rainy day again.
Yeah, now it's just a nice, moody, rainy... I'm bringing it back there.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a nice spot to be.
I read...
Nice, calm day.
I read somewhere, or I probably heard someone say that, like, as a podcaster, they tried to kind of have the tenor of their voice and the tone, and the pacing... They tried to speak in a way that would be like extra calming and relaxing, and this
trying some.
Now, usually that's not the case on Pumpkinhillradio. Like listening back to almost every episode, one of us gets too excited and like just the words per minute, like a little bit of extra space. The breath could be really good for the pod. Just like from an anxiety point, I think the facts are always going to be gold, and
that's
the content's always there, but just the way it's presented.
So definitely, it's a weird thing where like it's like it's almost like when you like have like a plate of food and you try to eat it all as fast as you can all at once because like there's like a scarcity where you're like, oh, I'm gonna run out of food. It's kind of like that, but like I try to get as many words out at once because I'm gonna forget them all.
There's a scarcity of time and memory.
And memory space. So like if an idea comes, it's like it's got to come right
the
through
other
me
co-host
immediately.
Says one more thing, I'm gonna latch onto that and immediately start talking about that thing.
Yeah. Cool. It's like that gave me a thought.
That's just something I might try to be mindful of, like here and there.
It's something I try because I listen back to them and I'm like, all right, this is all right. Fucking,
So
just things I hear like in my own voice where I'm like, all right, let's try it.
You lock onto it.
Let's try to figure this out.
So
be
much,
more like conscious of it.
Editing it so much, I feel like I kind of turned like a blind eye to what it is. So I woke up today at 2:30 a.m. Drove Maya to the airport. She's going to a concert with her sister and back home.
Nice.
But I just didn't really sleep much past that at that point.
Yeah.
I did a lot of like meandering and some strange things in my house between like got back by like 4. And I had a series of packages I had to like label and box up, and I kind of like went to I drove to the mailbox 3 different times a day before like 10 a.m.
That's pretty sweet.
And this is all before the mushrooms. This is my mind. Because right after that I did get home and then take a mushroom pill and then another mushroom pill.
Yeah.
I did take 2 because I was like, well, no, what am I doing here? I'm already jumping in.
What are we doing then?
I'm already jumping in because
might as well get a couple in.
Because Maya took one the other day and she was like, I thought because we were taking these mushroom pills that I packaged up that were just like micro doses with some extra little like some other like
small
other local mushrooms grounded up and different things in there that were like just healthy for you, some CBD and all that.
Good blend,
like,
just good vitamin.
Yeah, so we were
vitamin.
used to that like more mellow, and then Maya took this one. It's a bigger pill for sure, and it's like all full of this mushroom, so it was like a full hit. And I did the same thing, just a double dose.
A lot more psilocybin in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of it's one of those where you just have a lot of half ideas, and then going back, you're like, was that a good idea, or was that just a nonsense? At like the peak of it, though, I was just fully on my couch in like 3 blankets, and I had the TV was off, and I had Science and Futurism with Isaac Arthur. It's a podcast I listen to regularly.
Very nice.
He just talks about like crazy concepts.
Yeah.
And so like, but the background audio is always like really ambient space themes with some like old orchestrated stuff. So it just feels really like smart, kind of.
Yeah.
And also the like he was
it's intellectual.
I don't know. I learned about colonizing white dwarfs. I didn't learn about any of it. It was just like the words, just the combination of like me closing my eyes and like kind of writhing underneath the blanket because like you're in that state where you
become a worm a little bit.
You're just like I'm just nestling into myself. I'm playing Nightcrawler with myself at like 1 p.m. just like in the middle of a blizzard and listening to this dude and this like space noises in the background, and he's describing like these very advanced concepts that he does it without too much math. Like the back half of the episodes, he starts to get a little more mathy, and I try to tune him, and I'm like, oh my god, like it was blowing my mind. Like by the last couple sentences he was saying, I was like, these aren't even. This feels like Dune. Like it feels like a made up language. It's all just science terms, but
I feel like I don't know. Once I hear enough like
I don't know if I wrote anything
math and science,
I just thought it was.
I just
pretty
like
fucking funny.
If they're talking about something cool, I just kind of trust.
Yeah,
I'm like they're probably right.
This guy.
He probably did
this
the math
guy
on it.
has.
I'm not going to, but
Isaac Arthur is a legit dude. He's like the most. Okay, he has a great speech impediment, which I really just feel.
Fuck yeah.
He's named after like Isaac Newton and Arthur C. Clarke. Those are like basically his two whatevers. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That's why he always claims anyway. Like, and he's just like a science nerd.
It draws.
Yeah. He's also. I know recently he was made like head of this national science. He does like talks all over. He's very. He's a cool dude. He has all kinds
just
of.
a lecturer.
He's all kinds
here's
of
some crazy ideas.
10 years once a week of. Yeah, talking about things like the Fermi paradox, which is like why you're not finding life in the universe. Talking about like wormhole drives, like harvesting and farming black holes at like the end of time.
Yeah,
these things that like the words don't even make sense.
It's so
really
cool though. That shit.
So I'm like tripping and listening to this. This right now. This one that I was listening today was about Kugelblitz black holes, which are.
That's a whole
minuscule black holes usually have to be a certain size. Like you think it's usually like bigger than like our Earth or the Sun. A Kugelblitz black hole would be like a singular particle smaller than like a nucleus.
Okay. So that's real time.
And then that's I don't know. They were just going like I couldn't try to really explain what it is except for it's just like a hyper. It's like a ton of energy compacted into this thing. Like to make one, he was saying it would take 12 years of the entirety of our sun's like solar energy output to be all that energy compacted into a single point at once.
That's a lot of energy.
Maybe create that, but that's how they were talking because black holes and things like that, like wormholes, all those like. Higher concepts. Some of those are like really good propulsion systems. If you can like warp, they're explaining like if you put a black hole at the back of a spaceship and like I don't know, or like you put one at the front and the back, but they're like tiny, so you're just like getting propelled. It's almost like the Futurama stuff where it's like the space. It's like the universe is moving around the spaceship.
Yeah,
Like, the spaceship isn't moving at all. That's
yeah. It's like
that's like what it basically
it's just
gets
warping
into.
everything else
but
around
these
it.
Kugelblitz black hole, these tiny particles. That's like how you would obtain that. There's not any way that we could right now.
It's like the lightest and most like efficient fuel then.
At
that point, if that's so small, if it's gonna like put off that much energy too. Like,
yeah, well, all the
imagine you get one like the size of a person.
Yeah, he talks about like fleets of stars, dude. Like driving a star.
Yeah,
like you put like an engine at the front of the star, and like you just maintain that energy, and you can.
That's
just
like
drive
riding.
around.
That's like riding worms in space, though.
Yeah. So Kugelblitz, though, that word means ball lightning in German, which ball lightning is like it's a pretty paranormal concept as it is. It's like pretty
it's like a phenomenon.
It's kind of a plasmic occurrence.
Well, it's
I
like
think ball lightning is, but this
it's
is
like a phenomena that's used to like say to like discredit most things. You know, it's like the excuse that like you hear if someone sees something weird enough. It's like that's probably
funny that
lightning.
an ancient or like a very old language has like just a word for it though.
Yeah.
Huh? Isn't that strange? I made it part of my because it is all plasma, and we've been talking about this fucking Plasmic Universe Theory right now. And I was like, don't do this to me with this. He's literally talking about plasma crystals. Like these little particles are basically just these quantum brains, these drives that could become. God damn it!
Who knows?
And I'm basically just spewing buzzwords like keywords.
Yeah.
Check it out. SFIA, Science and
it.
Futurism with Isaac Arthur. SFIA. I fuck with that hard.
That shit rules, man.
Once a week.
That is like some.
He
cool...
does.
I catch myself like thinking about that kind of shit all the time.
It's 4 free shows a month that are like they're very science heavy, and then the last Sunday of the month is his like sci-fi Sunday where he talks about some really high brain concepts and tries to. And he doesn't like outright like discredit or like. He just rides along with the theory as long as it can. Like if even if there's some breaking points, he's just like, okay, with that in mind, let's go forward to just
like,
really
let's say there isn't a breaking point, you know.
Yeah.
Let's say
it's
doesn't
very
matter.
Yeah.
say that breaking point actually doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. He's talking about like solar colonies and just the size of the universe is just I'm tripping on mushrooms this whole time. He's like he's just like doing math on like the number.
You're like flowing through like this current state and also like the macro and the micro.
Yeah, he's just doing this math on like how many habitable planets there are in the universe and how like even in the 60s like people like even he was talking about how like Dune and like the Foundation series they were saying that like solar empires would have like millions of worlds, and he's like that's a small number. He's like there would be billions. There'd be at least billions. That's why he's talking. I'm like, God.
When you think about it too, like
it's just the
like in like Dune, then there's like what is it like 81 billion or something dead in his name. It's like that ain't bad. Mm-hmm. That ain't too bad.
But
as far as like that many like worlds maybe.
But that many worlds, like because that's what it ends up being. And there's because a lot of the previous like ideas of how many planets and shit were around these different places you couldn't see. Now we have these telescopes that can actually see it. It's just like
collect, we're able to like, you can like pinpoint a little more with this shit.
Mm-hmm. He's talking about fucking,
and they've just been like looking at it for longer too.
Yeah, you just
like,
got
there's
more,
newer ones, but there's also like the really good ones from like before that have just been scanning, collecting data and shit for like 30 years now. That shit's awesome.
Yeah. He's talking about like Stargate. He was talking about the idea of a Stargate in this most recent like SFI, like the Sunday, the Sci-Fi Sunday one, where he's just talking about the concept of just having an actual Stargate and how one thing I liked for that was just like a practical thing to think about was he's saying in most shows like the show Stargate and different media that'll show like a wormhole between places. Yeah, like it's always like a 2D kind of door, right? Yeah. And he's talking about how it would be 3D. It would be like spherical, but it would be almost like it wouldn't be a perfect sphere, and it would almost be like a sphere inside a sphere, and you wouldn't even want to try to figure it out because he's talking about how it's basically just like it's nonsensical. Like it's something that would make sense on paper. It's like
you could like make like a 3D like virtual like display of it, but it still like wouldn't make sense. It's like how in math you could have things like a negative like glass of water. Like a negative cookie or like negative currency. To do like
to like make equations work, but like that's not a practical thing.
No,
but the way that these
you can't like
the way that some of
materialize
these higher
that.
concepts work though is just I think you can't perceive it until you see it. Probably once you see it, it's just like looking at an Elder Scroll and you're like,
you probably go a little nuts.
You get the forbidden knowledge. You probably just immediately
get like a
fifth dimensional creature.
It'd probably like just like very quickly and like really like significantly just like adjust your like consciousness.
Yeah, well that's we were talking.
You'd be like tripping by looking at it basically, and like
oh yeah.
Who knows, like, you know, if you can even, like, survive that, if you just go mad, or, like, if you do, like, if you can, like, figure out how to, like, you know, like, do some sort of, like, therapy to fucking figure, you know, fix that, or, you know.
Well, and then a lot of that, too, is, like, with just wormholes in general, the idea of moving through, like, space, or, like, without even time, just space, though, is... Yeah. If it's we don't know if it's a one or a two-way door or which one it would be. So definitely when you're testing it, you would send somebody through, but they wouldn't be able if it was a one-way door. The communication could still be like millions of light years, because like if they were sending a signal from however far they just jumped, it wouldn't travel through that damn door. He was talking about concepts like wormhole, like phones, which is like how you get past faster than light communication. That's the ultimate breakdown of. That's why like large space civilizations can't really function unless there is FTL, faster than light, because of the communication. Because after it just isolates so fast. Earth and our nearest star system, I think it's like 50 years one way, like communication, as far as just how. Like, that's what,
I mean, even just for Mars, it's, like, shockingly a long time.
Yeah. It's like 12 minutes or some shit.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So they're like, how could you even uphold an empire? There'd be empires that are holding on to this idea that was set, and then, like, multiple wars happen. That's no longer a thing, but they're, like, on a planet that's, like, a dead planet from... like, they're just somehow, like, these lost... history is going to get so jumbled and lost.
Yeah. No, it's like, how do you even... It just become, like, super isolated, and, like, people... It
is.
Because it'd be, like, generations before, like, someone shows up again. And then it's like, who the hell are these people?
It's like, well, yeah.
I mean, that's, like, what's going on when you, like, see UFOs and shit. It's like, oh, that's, like, they're, like, patrolling. And we just forgot what the fuck they are. Yeah. Or where we are. Yeah. Like, what's going on. Like, we're just, like, amnesic, you know? Like, we're like, all right.
I fuck with space.
Dude, yeah, man.
I fuck with the concepts. The idea is always like too mind blowing. I did have to send for my transcripts for the new school out thing I'm doing, and I did just fully like D- or fail in almost all my math classes.
Yeah, I didn't do good in math.
That just made me graduate early with full.
No, they wanted you to graduate. Graduating high school is maybe one of the easiest things.
They gotta push you out.
Like, I remember like I graduated and people were like, "Congratulations!" I was like, I kind of felt like I just like was forced to do this.
What happened for me?
I didn't like it. Wasn't like an achievement. It was like I didn't have a choice.
The day I graduated,
it was like you're graduating.
Yeah, you're graduating. The day I graduated, it was after the second term of like 4 terms. It was like after Christmas. Yeah, I was skipping school, and I remember taking a shot of my dad's whiskey.
Yeah,
and getting like I think it was either an email or a call, and it was like, "Yeah, you graduated. Don't come back to school."
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Okay.
It's
awesome.
Yeah, I remember like I was home alone. Awesome. I remember like Snapchat was still a thing. I remember like snapping that like a shot of like another shot of whiskey. And I was like, I guess I'm taking it. I'm not going back.
Not going to school. I'll see you later, suckers.
That's funny. That has to happen to a lot of people. I just thought that's a good cozy story of mine. It's like, I did good through most high school, but like flunking the back half with like no repercussions is hilarious. I don't. You don't know that at the time, but it's just like the way that you can just pull through it anyway. Possible.
Yeah. Hope this like gets my school more funding. You're welcome, guys, for like agreeing to graduate. Yeah. It's basically the only way I didn't graduate is if I was like, "Fuck you, no, I don't want to graduate." Mm-hmm. It was like, pretty much like, "Hey, do this," and I was like, "All right." I was just complicit enough to like show up, I guess. I don't know.
I
didn't do great in high school.
Then I got to go back to space.
Yeah.
I have one more thing written down. It was just like, I guess almost as definitions. So basically,
Yeah, let's go. New words.
we are like our cells and like the nucleus and all that shit and the atoms. They're all made up of like protons and neutrons and all this, all those things. All those and a bunch of other like elements are I forget that they're elements. Like right? That's not right.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
literally lost.
Dude, I have no
That
idea.
can't be
dude.
right. Actually, no.
Elements are
these
like titanium and iron and gold.
These are the building blocks of elements, correct?
Yeah.
And think like different amounts of neutrons and protons is gonna equal different.
I'm
Okay,
pretty
that's
sure.
what it is.
Yeah, that's what
so
it is.
funny.
That's what it is.
Like, what? So
I was like, I
it's
just was
where's
talking about
earth
how
and fire and like air? I'm like, God, way lost.
My avatar elements.
Trying to explain black holes. I don't know what. I'm like, the
What
four
protons
elements.
are.
No, but so all the things that we're made out of, and
Yeah,
most things around us are made out of, are called fermions. That's like the bigger structure of it. But then there's these things that you've heard of called this is the term bosons. You've heard of a Higgs boson.
Okay. Yeah.
That's just a type of particle. Bosons are like lights and shit. The particle of light, because the particle of light, that's the fucked up thing about it, is it's a ray.
It's like
It's
a wave
spectrum, but
Yeah,
it has weight.
Yeah.
There's a weight to it. And so, okay, he was talking about like maybe this made sense more when I was just like ripped on mushrooms, but like let me see if I can even read this. So like as the spectrum of light, there's actual weight to it. It's actually like weighted. Like okay, bosons unlike fermions, bosons can stack. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Bosons can they don't mind being over top of each other. They can hang out in the same space, which is a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing I would like to talk about, like psychic tattoos over the planes of the existence.
Yeah.
And multiple realities.
Yeah.
And how this is just one. If there's a boson, well, there's probably another thing that goes over that we just can't even see that could inhabit our same space. Right?
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing that we could talk about. But mostly I would
just multiple universes in the same space.
Just looking at
thing.
Yeah, just looking at the spectrum of light from like X-rays to colors to like this crazier shit that's just like deeper. That's actually like that's the weight of light. Like that's more of those particles in the same occupying the same exact space. That's what actually is. That's what a color actually is. It's more of these boson light particles occupying a certain amount of space, a certain amount of weight in essentially a different reality. Yeah, one that we can see, but we cannot interact with besides just like observing.
Yeah.
Until we get to like a third tier like system where we're fucking with black hole farming.
Yeah.
That did that make sense? Like the weight of light being like what that is. I don't think that was ever explained to me. That never made sense to me until it still doesn't make sense other than just like a crazy idea.
Because light's weird because it's like there's like light particles, right?
That's what
and
it is.
There's like
it's a ray and a particle.
So
it's at the same time.
Yeah, it's like two different things, but
it's at the same time.
Yeah. It's the strangest thing.
Yeah,
light's insane. Like it makes almost as much sense as like black holes. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, and light,
and it just comes from something
because it has a weight can fall into the black hole.
And like light
has
comes
strong
from
enough gravity.
Like what does light even come from? The sun?
Fuck.
Like where does it? Like what is that?
You know what always
is it just energy?
You know what always fucked me up, which maybe
just
even
produces light
in what video games, and especially old video. Right now, like now we have like ray tracing and actual sunlight. I'm thinking about when I was playing World of Warcraft back in like 06, 07. The actual tiles of the game would be colored either bright or dark. Like there's not an actual light in the sky creating this. It's just like the texture of reality changing.
Yeah.
Does that mean anything? Well, there's not.
Well, maybe that's just like
God,
like when light and dark happens. But it's like it's crazy too because like stars and like the moon give off light. Like it's just like what is going on with that? I don't know.
We'll get a reporter
Maybe I
in the
gotta just
field.
like learn more.
No,
maybe I'm
it's,
just, like,
it's
not
really
that smart.
good not really knowing. I think it's better to like barely know.
I'm just questioning some stuff out here. Like, I'm trying to like have like a child like whimsical curiosity of like why though?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why is it light? Where does light come from?
Where is this thing? It's energy.
Just energy.
It's energy.
It's
It's
just
just
like
like
energy just
bosons,
emits
it's
light
a certain type of
after a certain
energy.
point. Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
that's
That's
nuts.
basically what it is.
And then a black hole like absorbs all that because it's like the opposite.
Because it's
Or maybe it's just a different
it's
thing. Maybe I'm just thinking-
it's an infinitely collapsing. It gets to that. It gets to that one particle state, that less than an atom state, and it just is it's a free fall of gravity around it because it still has the weight of like a sun. Like it still has the mass of a sun, but it's just this thing right here. So it's just
zipping.
wrecking shit.
Yeah, it's wrecking like anything that makes sense.
But they're not like black holes are not like perfect circles. The event horizons of them, they have like there's like not like flares, but it's not a perfect circle. Same with how the wormhole, like a Stargate wormhole, would work, that 3D shape.
Yeah.
That thing would not be a perfect circle. It would be, dude, fuck. Yeah, I love not knowing anything about it and just hearing it for long enough.
Hearing someone like talk about it, it's like, well, okay,
just
what is going on?
Just listening to these concepts for a long time.
What's just happening, and I don't usually think about it, and then also I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck is light coming from? What is this? What is this shit?
Yeah.
Why are things different colors? Why is the
because
why
like
is
lightning is pure plasma. Plasma's a type of
Yeah.
energy.
Dude, lightning was sick.
and
There was
it's
lightning
like-
the other day.
Yeah,
Yesterday.
there was a ton of lightning the other day.
Yesterday
I
it
was
was
cuddling my dog
awesome.
for a while.
Shit was rule.
But like even there's theories. I guess it basically just goes like beings made out of plasma. Obviously, like we've been talking about these like plasma particles, but not even in the sense of like these weird like balloon like jellyfish creatures that I kind of have been saying about it. Like just like a lightning creature, basically.
Yeah.
Just like an entirely like a plasmic system. I don't know.
Some bright light.
Just like as thought experiments, because people will do it with they're like a
Yeah,
silicone based thing, a Foley, all this. Like there's other ones for just this whole plasma method.
Dude, I mean that makes sense to me. Like why
and
not?
like how then how would they traverse anything or go to like how does their technology work, or how do you see them? I guess do they exist on this like light this light field? They exist as more of a boson than
they just riding like light waves.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, could they inhabit the same space as us?
So you're like
could they stand like over us? And
or would it be like a ghost?
And then like, is that a ghost then? That's kind of the next question.
Yeah,
I hate to say.
I think that's where I just like kind of go there immediately. Like probably a ghost then.
Yeah.
It's probably what ghosts and UFOs and aliens are.
Yeah, it's all of us. That's what we were talking about, the unified theory.
That's why you can't get like a really clear focused image of like aliens or like Bigfoot. It's because they're like light.
It's a creature.
They're like on a different like spectrum of light.
Of pure light.
And that's why they like disappear and they're impossible to like find.
Like
track.
that. Yeah, that's.
They do like supernatural shit. It's like dude.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like hairy. They're just fuzzy. Because it's like light, you know.
Static.
Yeah. That can be like perfectly smooth. That'd be weird.
It's like if like a contained thrust of
static.
lightning would.
But our brains
like
just see it as like our brains can only like take that in as like, oh, bear, hairy. These are like things that exist in my reality.
And we're going off Bigfoot right now.
And that's Bigfoot.
Nice,
yeah.
dude. I love just jumping straight into Bigfoot.
Dude, I don't know, man. You started talking about space too much.
Yeah,
Bigfoot's. Because like I don't know, there's like I'm pretty sure that not to like get too derailed, but like there's a like theory that like Bigfoots are from like a different planet.
Ooh.
They're like an alien race that were like sent here because their planet got destroyed, and like
do we think that they could be?
They're kind of like banished from like our society, but they like live kind of in like national parks and shit. Like that's what that's about. Keep them like in the caves and underworld kind of.
Do
a
we
thing.
think that they are maybe plasmic beings?
They might be
now. Because that is the thing about Bigfoots is that people say that like whenever one dies, other ones will come grab that body and either bury it or hide it because they are like, or they're like phasing, or they're
it's like Jedis, you know?
Yeah, they just go to pure light.
Just go back to the force.
Force goes.
Fuck, I don't know. Wait, that's what ghosts are. Maybe they're just force ghosts.
Yeah, maybe it's just a different kind of ghost.
Maybe it's just Star Wars.
Maybe it's just it sort of is, huh? Yeah.
I don't know.
Bigfoot is in there. Chewbacca.
Yeah, dude, Bigfoot's in Star Wars.
Aliens. Bigfoot. Robots.
Ghosts.
Nah, Star Wars.
Star Wars has a lot, dude. Monsters.
Giant monsters.
Big monsters. Space monsters.
Lightsabers. Damn it. No. It is. It's not by any means my favorite. I love it because it's just it's classic. It's a classic, and I'm not a jaded shit that just hates on everything. I can just accept.
I can hate on it, but I'm at this point. It's like
I can.
I've hated it enough where I'm like,
I don't need to.
I don't need to the ones I don't like. I don't need to watch those ones ever again.
I somehow have 2 Star Wars tattoos.
I can just chill. I mean, that's cool imagery.
You gotta rep it a little bit. I gotta
Star Wars is pretty sick.
I gotta not talk shit because it's on me also.
Yeah.
But I do like it. It's fucking.
No, it rules.
It's all based off Dune.
I remember seeing, dude. Now this is pod racing. You know what I'm talking about? Seeing that in theaters as a boy.
We got this.
Fucking
awesome. The prequel.
Jar Jar Binks was awesome. I remember really thinking that was some good shit. That was some funny shit. Jar Jar Binks with the funny voice. And then, there's like an underwater scene with a big fish.
Yeah,
I remember that blowing my mind. I thought that
one.
Was the coolest thing.
It's like a Loch Ness monster.
Yeah, dude. I thought that was like
the circle of
thing.
monsters. When they were thinking of Jar Jar, they were thinking what the opposite of Chewbacca is. They were thinking what the opposite of Bigfoot is, and it's like a weird naked.
It's kind of like a weird kind of amphibian frog man.
Yeah. It's a frog man, yeah.
Some sort of weird frog, water man.
That's cool.
Fuck.
Cool,
with a cool voice.
So this is all just been riffing. I can take it to a few notes here. I got some stuff I wanted to.
Yeah, what else we got? You got any cool ideas?
Well, remember that,
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Dude.
That's the last man of the species singing for a female. Will never come.
I wanted to somehow put that in the intro.
Yeah, dude. That's a good intro.
Just so all episodes from now on have at least the bird call. Maybe not the full 10-second audio clip there, but I did want to have that somewhere.
That's really nice.
I don't know.
There's something cosmically horrifying about that.
The call of the last of a species, calling out for something that is never going to be there.
God, something terrifying about that.
About that echo. Yeah, I have in the notes, add bird call to intro or something.
Yeah,
so
cool. I like that. That's a cool idea.
I got a couple other things. This is a little screenshot. It says Dutchman Dirk Williams was a religious prisoner who escaped in 1569, but when the guard pursuing him fell through the ice of a river, William turned around to save the guard. He was then recaptured and burnt at the stake.
Oh.
It's a little bit of grim history from the 1500s.
Damn.
Dutchman Dirk just trying to help a bro out on the ice.
Damn.
Immediately turn around, you're under arrest again.
You're fucking dead.
The dude's shivering. He's like, you're under arrest.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. I got you now.
Yeah. Put your hands behind your back.
We just kissed. I just mouth to mouth you.
What?
What are you doing? So that's just a screenshot. I don't know what that.
Jackpot. Gotcha.
Got it now.
Damn. Poor guy. Goes to show you, if you're gonna do something bad, go all the way. If you're gonna do something, go all the way. You can't just go back on what you've decided to do. Yeah. You made choices.
You're talking about letting the man die.
Yeah, he made choices. He could have got away.
Yeah, he could have got away.
And
you're not telling me he didn't. It's the 1500s. He must have killed 7 guards getting out of the castle or wherever he was. That was a clean exit. No way.
What was he? That was the thing. He's like, you got to, you got to just move forward.
Yeah. Dude, how'd that go? Did one guy just run? Was he just was the Dutchman Dirk just running down the hill from the castle and just a single guard just running after him in full armor for possibly weeks or something, and just a little bit behind him, just not quite there to stab him or anything.
Too far to capture him.
Too far to
see him on the other hill.
Then Dutchman's I'm gonna go over this ice path. That dude's wearing full metal armor. He's gonna fucking bust through the ice.
And he hears him like cry for help. It's like, I gotta go help him now.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, you're like, that's none of my business.
It's like dumb dick of a guard, just like I imagine, just like clinking around this
man. You bested him. He bested him.
Yeah.
And he's that
sucks.
I get it. I get the sentiment. It's like you gotta help your fellow man, but also, man, that guy was trying to kill you the whole time. Like maybe you did something wrong,
dude. A guard in the 1500s.
But you gotta get the hell out.
Are you
of
even
there,
getting
man.
paid, or are you just? Is that your like? What are you doing? I don't know how the system.
You're probably just
government
probably
or
just set
economy
up,
would work in the 1500s.
Probably like. I don't know, being like a castle guard.
You just get similar. A home. You just get a good ass spot.
Yeah, it's probably pretty cushy, but it's like very like middle.
So you're just loving your job though, maybe I don't know.
You probably like, you have like a duty and honor about it, But
what would happen if he didn't catch the Dutchman? Like, do you think that he would have then been killed? The guard would have been killed, or was there no repercussion? Like,
see, that's
he like this is for my honor? Is he like
that shit could have just been brutal too? I don't know, dude. Like.
I am like talking about it like I'm like I can't make it real in my mind. This is just a fake story, but I guess this is reality. It's interesting.
Yeah,
I'm trying to like put how this went together, like how this.
Yeah.
In the 1500s, I don't know where this even is. I'm for some reason I'm imagining Monty Python.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. I'm imagining like Monty Python and like Vikings, the Vikings TV show, where they're like, yeah, he did do something to like save the guard that was chasing him. Okay, that was the right thing to do, but in our society, we have to, this is the rule. We do have to burn you now. We have to burn you alive now.
Just to get the paperwork sent through correctly.
It's like it's kind of my hands are tied on this one. It's kind of the policy.
Super bureaucratic. Yeah,
it's our policy. You gotta die.
We already had you signed in.
We really appreciate you saving the guard's life. We love that you did that for us.
You didn't properly sign out.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Dutchman. You didn't sign out.
You didn't sign out, right?
Yeah.
You signed out, but you didn't do it quite right.
Do it quite right.
So you gotta get burned alive.
Burned to the stake.
You're gonna get burnt until you're dead.
Getting sent back up to the stars. Through smoke.
That's maybe
I'm thinking of the Always Sunny.
It might be an
burning the trash, turning into smoke, goes up, turns into stars.
Yeah. I don't know enough about stars.
I think that, but we're barely. Yeah,
we're gotta be wrong.
We are on the edge though of that.
Yeah.
I think I want to get fully cremated.
Yeah, I mean that's probably just what's gonna happen for me.
yeah, like my dead ass gonna get a choice in fucking 50 years.
I think there's gonna be any of this like land to be buried in.
It'd be exactly. No, we're getting turned right into
you either get turned into a tree.
Green. You immediately become Soylent Green. You're immediately a food product.
That's probably I feel like that's alright.
I don't mind.
Hey,
but what happens
if it's efficient? Whatever.
A couple generations down of I
think
this
there's
person's mostly been eating other people and
I think there's something spiritual that can happen to
that's
the human race.
The breakdown of
you start to turn into something different after that.
After 3 generations of mostly just human digesting inside of you.
I think subconsciously there's something going on because your body's gonna know that somehow. Yeah, your soul's gonna be this is wrong, and it's gonna just. I feel like it's gonna
If you only ate human for long enough, would you just start to digest yourself?
I don't know if it works like that, but maybe, dude. Maybe your enzymes just start eating yourself from the inside.
Custom.
Your stomach starts eating you.
Oh fuck!
That's a good I feel like there's a plot to a dumb horror movie there.
I was thinking of a plot to not a dumb horror movie. To just a dumb different movie.
Yeah.
Because me and Maya were talking about having our wedding. We were like, well, what if we invite a bunch of famous rich people just so they might send gifts?
Yeah, they might
so they're
or even just
saying
no.
We'll just send just anything.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what if you did that and the person said yes, but what if you were doing this as a grift to a bunch of people and you didn't actually have a wedding at all?
Yeah.
And what if it was a super very rich but very radical person? So you're the wedding has to be I'm thinking like it's
Yeah.
Trump, basically. I'm thinking like all of a sudden
Donald
like,
Trump's coming to a wedding. We got to make this wedding happen.
all of a sudden we have to make a wedding happen.
We got a weekend at Bernie's, a wedding.
Yeah, like I don't know.
something.
I'm like, there's a lot of ways you could take it. Just like, I was thinking
Yeah.
that dumb concept of like,
That's
I don't
pretty
know.
funny.
It's just a funny
It's a
idea.
pretty funny idea. Yeah, there's
It's like-
something there.
Just somebody just like, oh fuck.
There's
Or
like a
like,
sketch. There's
I
like a
don't know.
short or
Yeah.
something there.
Or like, maybe you
At the
take
very
it,
least.
like it could just be a really cute romantic comedy, and you just like act.
I think it'd
You
work.
like, it's a classic like fake somebody fake be in the marriage, but the person you invited's like. The rich person's like really into like they want it to be official. They want to like see the certificate, so like you really have to get married.
Yeah.
Like and then you just fall in love, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, the journey.
I don't know.
Along the way.
No, I'll start writing that. I'm gonna scrap all my horror stuff and just start writing rom coms.
Dude, I could bust out some rom coms.
That might be fun. Just no stress. But stress in a different way. No, it's a lot of energy.
Yeah, but I think like it's nice endings, you know. It can be pretty light.
Yeah.
So it's like pretty, you know.
It can be low stakes. It can be lower stakes than like the end of the world, which is a lot of like sci-fi stuff. You're like, well, by book 3, you're fighting God. So
I'm in love.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I would like the end of my rom-com trilogy still to end with fighting God, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, obviously.
Yeah. It'll be.
Yeah.
I have right
like,
here. Chugging water rocks. Just like when's the last time you had a glass of water and didn't chug it? I was trying to remember.
I'm chugging hard usually. I have because I don't even have like glasses of water anymore. I just have a huge water bottle.
Yeah. Do you pump the whole thing back still?
I mean, not the whole. It's like 40 ounces. It's kind of honestly a lot to put down at once.
I got my 40 ounce out there too, though.
go,
Sometimes
go,
in the
go.
morning, I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
A little dry here.
Smash.
Let's just go. I'm like pissing every 15 minutes for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, it's what I wanted
Sweet.
to do.
Sweet.
This is what I wanted to do all morning.
Yeah, sweet. I have to pee all
I
morning.
better not like have to go out anywhere.
I already have to pee.
Damn it.
Yeah, dude. I do that quite a bit actually. I've been doing that a lot. It's nice though, dude. Getting a good chug.
It's powerful.
Feels good. Feels really good.
I
You
can
just have a stomach full of water. You're like, all right, I'm good for a bit.
I'm
gonna be. I'm not gonna die from dehydration right now.
Dude,
That's a good feeling.
chug master. I can put stuff back. I don't use the power often anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Like for anything besides water, bro. I recall like slacking a couple paps back.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. Okay.
Fast.
See, I can't chug super fast, but like I get it down quick.
Get it down.
See, I'm not like I can't just like slam it real quick right away, but like you put one in my hand, it'll be gone in less than 5 minutes for sure. Just like pretty much almost any beverage, you just like get it, put it in my hand.
I'm not a
just
slow
gonna
drinker.
I'm gonna like drink it just like so steadily that it'll be gone before I even know.
Some taste like I got that
big
watermelon cold
gulps,
press
but
drink.
like yeah.
This
Oh
morning
yeah.
I got the drink. It's like by the time I
like-
like have the engine to my car started in the grocery store parking lot.
So you
I
took
was
like 3 drinks.
Like, yeah, it's just I just like walked in and threw the bottle away.
Yeah, here I go. Well, I'm done with
Like
this.
I should have drank this in the fucking store.
Yeah. You're like,
why am I buying it and drinking it in the parking lot? I
yeah.
should just
This is
slam it
taking
in the
garbage home
store.
at this point.
People are fucking shooting up King Supers like you drink a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna. I don't know.
It's pretty fun.
Security guard
I'll
doesn't-
still pay for it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna drink it right now.
I
Though.
drink it right now. I might not pay for it.
Maybe I won't. If no one asks me about it, I might just not pay
If
for
I
it.
find a place to put the empty bottle back down, like any shelf.
Yeah. It's like anywhere. It's like fucking who cares? Just hide it.
I
somewhere.
go there way too much for some reason. I'm always getting a little thing. I live so close.
Same, dude.
I'm
It is.
like,
It's the
what
closest
fuck
store
is
to
this?
my house.
So I'm always like, I say what's. I was like the same 2 security guards all the time, and
Yeah.
I'm usually wearing the same fucking clothes.
So I have a pretty good rapport with the self checkout overseers.
They love me at self checkout.
They're awesome.
I always need help. I'm always like, hello. And now that I've been couponing like a bastard, man, I'm always like, yeah, my coupons aren't working.
Yeah. I need this. I need my money.
And usually, After they finally get it to work, after they scan like 40 coupons and type in their passcode, and then like they just type in like an auto percentage number, like it's not even a real coupon at that point. They're just like adding a manager discount.
Yeah.
Like after all that, I'm like, can I get my coupons back? And like I usually ask for them back because they try to take them and throw them out because he needs them.
Can I actually have those back?
Yeah, I usually ask him because it saves me a lot of money.
Yeah.
I got like 50 coupons in my wallet just wrinkled. They're old.
Yeah, they get all soft.
Like
Get like soft,
old
super
wrinkles
soft.
and like old receipts in here.
Yeah.
Who's gonna take?
Gotta keep that shit.
Yeah, please scan these again.
We'll try this again. I need some help. Actually, these aren't working.
It's the same person that came in here yesterday.
These aren't working.
My fucking 80 cents off 3 boxes of cheese is not coming through.
Sir, weren't you here yesterday buying 3 blocks of cheese? Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I need help, please.
Yeah, I'm making at-home mozzarella sticks. Dumbass. I'm an asshole.
Yeah, none of your business. Do whatever
I'm selling cheese outside.
Yeah. I'm selling this at the farmer's market.
I'm cutting it up and selling
None
it
of your
right
business.
outside.
Yeah.
Fucking Bratbarn style.
Yeah.
Does Festival Food, is there any other grocery store besides like the Midwest chain of Festival Foods that has a Bratbarn outside?
Nah, Bratbarns are like
for the
fast
uninitiated,
food
it's a
thing.
tiny shed that was like a barn, and they sell bratwursts out of it, and it's right outside the grocery store.
They're just kind of grilling out there, burgers and brats.
It's usually for like Boy
It's
Scouts
Bratbarn,
or
though.
something.
Yeah, usually it's like a fundraiser, or it's just like they're just doing a sale,
Or it's
man.
just a
It's a
sale.
good deal.
They're just
It's like
ringing out
$1.50 for a
wieners.
brat.
Dude,
Some kraut.
I don't eat meat anymore, but back in the day,
That was
just
shit,
going
man.
grocery shopping with my mom or my dad, and I'm like,
On your way out, you're getting a brat.
yeah, I'm like, yeah,
Go
I'll
get
take
one.
a brat.
What do you want, a brat or a hot dog? Or a burger?
Well, I'm 8, so I want a hot dog.
I'll take the hot dog.
The hot dog, no mustard.
No mustard, please.
I'm 8. So.
No relish, just ketchup.
Just like
Thanks.
Thanks. Just red in a bun, please.
Yeah. I'll take a dry hot dog and a bun, please.
God. Yeah. Can you cut the hot dog out for my dumbass son?
Yeah.
Like, actually, though, could you cut my brat up too?
Yeah.
If you got the knife out.
Can you cut both those?
If you got the knife out, I got
Can I cut both those up?
Oh, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Just ketchup. Fuck it. It's the best food. It's just like a dessert. It's like
Yeah. Can I have extra ketchup?
yeah, like the bun for the hot dog is so sugary.
Oh,
And then the actual dog is like all
Dude,
sugar, and then the ketchup is like
ketchup
frosting,
is like a
It's
soft
like
drink.
Yeah, it's like a cherry frosting.
Yeah.
On there. So, like
It's a fruit. It's
when
like
you
a
think
fruit
of a
spread.
hot dog, it's sort of like, not only does it put me by like the pool.
Mhm.
Usually I was like at a pool grill out.
Oh yeah.
But it also makes me think of like, it's a sweet bite. Like I'm thinking about biting into it. It's like all sugar.
You get like a sweet relish in there
I'm
too.
feeling it on the top of my palate, just all sugar right now.
Oh yeah, dude. It's bizarre.
Mm.
It's like a salty dog, and then dude, yeah. I don't know. Ketchup is like most ketchup is it's like a fruit spread. It's like almost like a jelly.
It's like a jelly.
It's like
I tried to stick with the organic, no sugar added. I know it's still shitty, and they'd say that's just full of bugs, but
whatever.
so is I think every food is.
Bugs
right?
on all my food, I'm pretty
It's
sure.
like the entire factory is full of robots. You think someone like you can't even sweep between some of the parts, or it'll cut your shit off. But there's gonna be bugs.
There's gonna be some random shit that gets in there. It's fine.
Like
Whatever.
they just settle out like that happens. Like people find shit in their like snack bags all the time. They just settle out of court.
Yeah.
They just pay.
They
Just pay the
you're like,
person
"Oh, sorry.
$2 zillion. It's like
Hey.
sorry about that
On
rat.
us. How about
in your
on
Cheetos.
us? Here's a new car.
I know there's a rat in your Cheetos.
Yeah, sorry about that. Don't.
Just
You actually can't talk about
Yeah,
it
you
ever
can't talk
again.
about it.
You have to sign an NDA.
You
And
know
there's
how
like,
often that happens?
we'll
I don't
take
have
care
any
of you.
stats. I know it happens often.
But the thing is, because they all sign NDAs and shit, so you can't like. get
And
an
this
actual
ain't
number,
shit
but-
on Frito-Lays. I went to the grocery store today to only buy a bag of Cheetos.
Yeah.
I was taking the rat
Yeah.
risk. I was like, I was like,
I mean,
gamble on a rat.
I ain't done with that.
I go in there
yet.
and feel around for a rat in the bag, try to get my lawsuit.
Like shake it. You're like, is there a rat?
I'm settling out of court for this fucking
rat. I think there's a rat in here. I'm getting
like
paid
asking
for
employees,
sure.
like, there's like a
my-
rat in this chip bag.
My career goal. My career goal is to find a rat in my chip bag so I can settle out of court for.
Yeah.
They'll pay me like a good amount of money for the rest of my life.
Dude, you know, the only thing you gotta do to that is just buy as many chips as possible. It's kind of sweet.
That's true.
Just try to get.
Do I get the winning ticket?
You gotta go to the pet store. So we have a pet snake here, so I know the feel of a rat in a bag.
Yeah. Dead rat in a bag.
Because we get the live rats, but it's in it's in a little brown like doggy bag, like to go bag, like a little lunch bag.
I remember I used to get them in cardboard.
Well, other places did that. This one just does this.
Interesting.
So I know the feel of a no. This is a live squirming rat. I don't know. Sometimes dead weight's a little heavier. That's what I've heard in a human anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if it transfers to rat. I guess rats aren't very heavy either way.
Yeah. But I mean, might be a little heavier.
But they were to counteract the dead weight idea though of things getting heavier. I remembered watching this thing about somebody trying to like weigh a soul by like catching people right before they die and like weighing them before and after. It was like back in like the 1800s or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it was inconclusive. I think it's like kind of hard to do these experiments because you end up poisoning a lot of people.
Turns out he actually was killing people.
I think
because it's hard to know when someone's like raped.
That was his
die.
career goal, and it's like, what? I gotta just hang up by dead ass people. I'm gonna get
around
sick.
the same time that was when people would like there's like surgeons and doctors and stuff that were like trying to like learn more about the human anatomy, so they'd like put out like bounties for like fresh dead bodies.
Yeah, and it's just criminals.
No questions
people.
asked. Yeah,
it's like okay, $300, and it's the 1800s, and there's
here
like somebody coming here in a stagecoach.
Here I got this dead body.
Take that, family. Like I got 6 of them. If there was 6 of them,
he just has one cut on his neck. That's it.
Like
everything else is good.
This family is 6. Looks like a fucking Grim Reaper got to him early. Like
Butcher got to him.
Yeah, the Butcher got to him.
I got him. I got these. I found these guys for you. Found these bodies for you. Boss.
Fucking guts all pulled out and shit for some reason. But
like, great work. Like, adjust their monocle. Mm-hmm. Great work.
That's how science.
Bring me more now.
That's how you advance science. But so they're trying to measure the weight of the soul. I know we were kind of talking about ESP soul stuff last time. All this fucking it's a lot. Like it's all this.
It becomes
all this unified theory right at this point. But it's like, is that from earlier in the episode? Is that like that plasmic being? That plasmic alien we were hypothesizing?
Yeah.
Is that you living inside this meat shell? And are those just your nerves and
maybe
like the electrons in your brain?
Might be.
Like I guess at some point that's like the real you, right? The electricity.
I guess
that's how you bring Frankenstein back to life. So that is life. Lightning is life. I know that from. Boris Karloff, Frankenstein. He wouldn't have lied to me.
No, I think that's what's going on.
Anything? I don't know. I made a lot of connections
it's like life. You're like the light. When someone dies, they like lose the light in their eye a little bit. It's like there's like, there's something to that, man. And if like light is from energy emitting energy, maybe
so
there's
this like white hole. So like okay, this was now the idea. I don't know if the idea of a white hole is as opposite to a black hole is something that this wasn't. I didn't hear it at least this week on this podcast I was listening to. You can probably look it up. It's probably a thing, at least in a video game. But I was, he was discussing, Isaac Arthur was saying how, yes, these singular particles are like less than particles of light that are like stacked, like with weight, like stacked so heavy that it would then become, like I was saying, you need like 12 years of the sun's power to like do like that much light on a single part. Yeah. But it's like that, I don't know what that is. And if you can put more light into that hole, like okay, does that create? Now this might get a little bit wooey or woo, not like the rest of this thing, but like okay, a black hole takes you wherever. If you created like a white hole out of pure light, like a black hole is gravity falling in infinitely on itself and eating all light that is around it.
Yeah.
But a white hole, like this particle that's been just supercharged,
it's emitting so much light that it collapses into itself, basically. Or like...
Well, okay, I'm taking it one step further. I'm already saying that it basically has the same properties as a black hole. It's basically something different. Yeah. Is that heaven?
Maybe.
Would that be the light you see? And that's like is that
It's the light in the dark kind of a thing.
Because I remember like
I mean,
listening
it might
to
just
shit.
be like like other worlds, It's
Well,
like,
I remember listening to shit, or I don't know, maybe
Doorways.
even like my brother told me like way back when I was like as a kid at home, like he's like, yeah, heaven might just be like a place in a different galaxy.
yeah.
Like, what if this white hole you can make like takes you there
Might be,
as
dude.
like a wormhole to it? No, this is all off. No, this is way
Maybe,
too
dude.
far of like. I mean,
I
I'm just saying. I'm just like getting these theories out of my head now.
See, that's like what I always think about that when it gets to like space. I'm like, okay, that's the heavens, right?
Yeah.
So
There's already this other.
I think it's the heavens and the
plane
hells,
of pure light. Like
Yeah,
I
dude.
don't know.
It's where the other worlds are. There's
I don't
gonna be
know.
like
That's
some
where
awesome
that's where
ones.
fucking Zeus and
It's probably
dude,
really awesome ones. There's gonna be some really fucking nightmarish ones. There's
Can
some
we
like mundane, just nothing.
go off?
Who knows, man?
I want to pause so I can pee.
Yeah.
I do want to talk a little more. 'Cause I got
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
to say
Go
about
ahead.
gods. We're talking about gods now.
Hey everybody, it's your host Travis Wyrmwood. Thanks for listening to this week's episode. It's going to continue next week, a whole nother hour. This is just getting started. Make sure to stay tuned for more about all this lovely stuff. Check out our partnership with Dubby. It's like a sports energy drink. It's kind of marketed for gamers though, kind of those bad boys, bad girls on the gaming front. Code STARMOTHER, that's one word, no caps. Code STARMOTHER at checkout for 10% off at Dubby. I think Dubby Energy. Just look up Dubby on Google, you'll find it. And then 25% off, $25 or more purchase Pumpkinhillradio Etsy right now with the code SECRET, all caps at checkout. That is SECRET for 25% off of $25 or more at Pumpkinhillradio Etsy store. And besides that, follow us on all the socials, and we'll see you next week for more about how we can save your plasmic soul. See ya, you stinky old vault dwellers.